Hey, Tom here, FlipAnythingUSA. So on my blog, I share how I made my fortune in real estate. I've been investing ever since I was 19 years old. Got a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. I've been, it published about a year ago, and ever since then, my channel started to get a little busier, but I got a lot of requests for mentorship. So I started a mentorship program, and I'll show you that here real quick. And then we're going to start talking about Ben. Anyway, so look, FlipAnythingUSA.com. You can go in here. I've already got all kinds of my mentees have already been making money. I think I've got more students making money than showing real testimonials of people that are making money that have been in their classes. There's a lot of snake oil and gurus out there. You really got to be careful. A lot of people take your money. They don't know what they're doing. They're just, they're just repackaging, other courses that they know nothing about, and selling them as if they are their own. And but listen, if you're going to have a mentor, you're going to have somebody that you can contact. Everybody in my mentorship, they've got my cell phone number, right? They can text me. I get text almost every day now. But I've got people that are making real money. This guy's bought over 20 houses. This guy's he's on his third or fourth deal. He just made a killer deal. This is Liam. And if you join the mentorship, you'll meet all these people. But anyway, let's get back to Ben. Okay, so this is Ben Mallah. He just put this out a couple days ago. How to start investing in real estate. It says Millionaire Mindset, which is all right. Chris Crohn's ruined the word mindset for me because I think he's terrible, and I don't like what he offers. But and he says mindset so much. That's what he talks about, mindset. He doesn't talk about how to make money. He doesn't really show real deals that I've seen. Ben's a real deal. When you're an investor like me and you've been around years, you can smell snake oil, and you can identify quality and real. And this guy's real. Ben is 100% real. So let's watch this, and I'll add my commentary. Ben does a lot of mega $1 million deals, and that's great. And it's all relative, to be quite honest. But I've been buying the same. I mean, I buy houses still. I bought one just 4 or 5 days ago, and I got another one I'm probably going to buy tomorrow. I'm buying a commercial strip center for a few $1 million, and I got another one coming in right behind that. So I do a lot of the deals that are most related to people that are buying stuff under, say, $5 million, and and a lot of stuff I buy is under $500,000. So I'll get into it, but we'll talk. But Ben's always got good stuff to share, and I can kind of fill in some holes and throw in some added stuff that I think is relative to smaller investors. So let's get this going. I'll probably ramp him up a little bit. Actually, it's not a very long video, but we'll get it started. Sometimes I play these guys. I'm going to play him at 1.25. So it speeds him up just a little bit. And let's watch.
You have to find the right people that can help you. And when you're in real estate and you're looking to buy something, 9 times out of 10, those people don't cost you anything. They're working for you to get the deal, and that's how they make their money. If you're serious and you're going to start investing money, your family's money, whoever's, whatever, you got to have good practice skills.
Yeah, and so I'm going to add something here right off the bat. He was talking about real estate agents being a free resource that are working their butt off to bring you deals that you may be able to make a deal on. Now, you also have to keep in mind, though, that real estate agents make a commission on your purchase. So you have to understand that when you're dealing with a realtor, you can't just take what they tell you is good advice or what's a good deal with a grain of salt. You got to know for yourself that it's a good deal. And that's why I always stress you have to know value. You need to know value better than the real estate agents, better than the appraisers around you. And it's not hard to do. It's just about studying those specific kinds of properties in your neighborhood or wherever it is you're investing in, whatever area it is. So just keep that in mind. You can't necessarily trust an agent. And sometimes agents, they're just repeating what they're told it's a good deal. They don't even know necessarily. So let's keep watching.
Okay? You got to just get very serious on certain things, especially in real estate. Number 1, setting yourself up to do a deal. Don't waste your time looking at stuff you don't have a plan to be able to do. Don't be a dreamer. Live in the real world. All right? If you can only afford to do a $100,000 deal, don't go out looking at $200,000 and $300,000 deals.
Yeah, that's good advice. I can tell you right now, I have run into properties that were more than I could afford, and I found a partner. And that partner usually just ended up buying me out through an assignments, and I talk about assignments in my course. But he's right. Concentrate onto what is attainable for you. You know, even if that means you can find something, and some of you need a partner no matter what, how much it is. But it's very important you concentrate and know value specifically on what you're going to buy. And like Ben says, have a plan. So one of your plans ought to be know the value of the area that you're targeting, the kind of property you're targeting. You need to know that you can afford it, that you can buy it, however you're going to buy it, whether you need a partner or you can do it by yourself. But you have to have a plan, because otherwise you go kicking the tires like he's talking about. You kick the tires and stuff. You're not going to know a deal. Someone might hand you a deal that's a $500,000 deal, and you're not even going to know it's a deal because that's not the area that you studied for. So you got to have a plan. You got to know value. So let's keep going.
Set yourself up so you can do the deal. Otherwise, you're wasting everybody's time, including mine. Then go out and find the deal. And you cannot get discouraged because you're going to look at a lot of deals that you don't want. That's the way it is. If it was so friggin' easy, everybody would be living in a goddamn mansion and driving Rolls Royces. Okay? You have to look. The more you look, the more you learn.
Yeah, and he's right about that. And I just interject here right now. You got to be careful. When you go talk to a real estate agent, listen, everybody has the resource of the MLS. If you're looking at houses and things, and then there's LoopNet for commercial property and City Feet, and there's like another one or two that kind of cover a lot of the commercial properties. But if you're concentrating on residential property, houses and such, the stuff that's on the MLS, I buy stuff off the MLS, and I get there first. So you can do things to see. Realestate.com is one. You get into realestate.com, punch in your geographic area, and you're going to see the stuff that the agents see. That's it. So you don't need to be beholden to any one particular agent, because the number one thing you want to do when a property comes up for sale, you want to go to the listing agent. And if you go telling realtors, hey, let me know what comes in this area, and you got 3 people sending you the same information as it comes out, you're going to end up creating some hard feelings with these other agents, because you're going to have to pick one of them, or you're going to feel like you need to go to one of them. But really what you want to do is go into like realestate.com, and you'll see whatever comes up in the MLS as soon as it comes up. And then that way you can go directly to the listing agent. And the reason you want to go straight to the listing agent is they stand to make twice as much money if you buy directly from them, where if you buy from another agent, they may get less than half as much money. If they got a 6% commission and there's 3 to the selling agent and 3 to the buying agent, then they'll get both sides of that. And that's what you want, because they're going to be more in your ballpark. Plus, you want to be closer to the agent that's selling the property, because then you can let them know that you're a sure deal, that you're going to close. It gives you it gives the benefit of, you got to remember, the selling agent is closest to the owner of the property. And if they like you, if you sell yourself to them, that they like you and that you're going to buy it and you're going to close it, because that's what they want to know for sure, then you've got a shoe in that somebody with an outside broker doesn't have. That agent doesn't know that other buyer personally, but they kind of know you because you're talking to them. And the more information you give them about yourself, the better. And so let's just keep watching.
Because then you start realizing, well, this deal gives me this, but it don't give me that. And you start understanding risk factors. How long a lease may go out on a property on that you're looking to buy, or how hard is it to get re-rented. There's all kinds of factors you have to consider when you're buying a deal. So you need to make yourself a little list, if you have to, and put out all the things you're looking for. You might have 10 things you're looking for. Sometimes you might buy the property and you only check off 6 or 7 because you figure, hey, it makes sense. Some deals will have a whole bunch of things checked off you like. Some may have very little. The ones that have very little are probably the deals you're not going to buy.
Yeah, so I totally agree with what he's saying. You learn by doing. A lot of people are so scared to death. It's paralysis by analysis. They sit there and analyze, and they're not actually doing any of the work. Just get your feet wet. Get out there. Start digging in. Start asking questions. And like he says, like I just went through a bunch of leases. When I'm buying a strip center and that sort of thing, I want to see what the leases are. If the leases are way under market, that can be a great thing if their lease is going to expire within 7 months or a year. because then it gives me the opportunity to raise those rents. So I could go into a deal that basically maybe doesn't really pencil that well, but in a year, I know I'm going to raise the rent substantially, and then it still pencils, and then it pencils maybe very well. So I got a perfect example. I just went through a bunch of leases. I'm buying a place, and there's a tenant that'd been in there 25 years. His rent's about $700-800 a month under. Everybody else in the complex on average is about, 20% under. But by raising the rents 10%, it takes this property from like a 5.5 cap to a 6.5 cap. It gives me a much better return. So stuff to keep in mind. You got to know value. You got to take, but you got to ask questions, and you're going to learn so much by asking these questions. And then you're going to start getting information that you didn't even realize you need to know, and you'll learn more and more. I'll keep going.
All right, you have to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Prioritize your deals. Which ones are priority? Which ones are less priority? And which are the better deals? But you have to put the time in. You got to do the homework. You got to get around the people that are selling these deals. You got to look under every little rock you can and try to find a diamond in the rough. Okay, and then you polish the diamond, and then you make money. Whether it's leveraging it, whether it's selling it, whether it's keeping it for the income, you're moving ahead. That's the whole point. You need deals that can move you ahead in a better place than you were before you bought the deal. It's all simple common sense.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that real quick because I just got an email like 2 days ago, and realtor sent me this and says, "Hey Tom, check this out. You got to look at this deal." And I look at it and I go, "Man, I've been looking at that thing for 20 years." I said, "How'd you get this person apart?" And I said, I was bugging this one agent, an agent that manages the property. I assumed had the listing, and he said, "No, Tom, she doesn't have the listing. I have the listing. I haven't put it on the market yet because I'm still getting the information together on." He's talking about the rents and the P&Ls, profit and losses, and all the details. And I said, "Well, keep me posted." And so, and I'm going through and I'm looking at this stuff. In this case, this one actually has a big sign on it. And so he's talking about the devil's in the details, basically, when he says, you got to learn these things. So like this one's got a sign on it, and you'll get these big signs, the billboards, two-sided billboards. And like this one right now is making $1,850 a month. That's $22,000 a year just in billboard revenue. Now it expires in 3 years. So now what I want to know is if the permit on the sign expires, does the sign go away? Does the revenue end? Or it may be an opportunity to renegotiate with the sign company the cost of charging them, because right now they're getting paid $1,850 a month. Well, now maybe it can be $2,850 a month, and now it'll take it up to $30,000 plus a year in income. So these are the kinds of things that Ben's referring to. You got to dig in, and you'll find all kinds of stuff. Like most of you probably never even thought about sign revenue, right? But it's a real deal. It's a real thing. So let's keep watching.
So number one, make sure you're set up to do that deal, and you know that you can take that deal down. Number two, find the best deals out there. And number three, close that deal and get busy. Turn it into something worth more than what you paid for. It's not rocket science. You can't do everything in life by yourself. It ain't gonna
It's basic math, folks. It's just basic math.
happen. It's not the way the world works. Nothing would go on in this world. Nothing, not the slightest thing would be made, created, operating, nothing. All right, without people interacting and working together. All right, you have to find the right people that can help you. And when you're in real estate and you're looking to buy something, 9 times out of 10, those people don't cost you anything. They're working for you to get the deal, and that's how they make their money. All right, you need to find people that are in business, making their living, and finding you deals. Those are the real estate agents you want to meet. You want to meet the shakers and the movers, okay? Because you want to shake and you want to move. And you want to keep making moves. It's all about making more moves, making the right moves, like a chess game. Or in my case, I'm lucky if I can play checkers. Chess, I don't know how the hell I can remember all that shit. I keep bugging me about this friggin' deal. You got to make moves, and you got to make them with the right people, okay? Surround yourself with the right people, and you'll be on the right way. Can I help you, miss? Okay. The queen is leaving the castle.
Ring the bell. Over there. Yeah, ring the bell. The queen's leaving the castle. Yeah, ring the bell. The queen is leaving the castle. I thought you were late, lady. Go. You stop, Jamie? All right, good.
All right, where are we at? Finding the right brokers, finding the right bankers. These are all the people you need to help you put the deal together, okay? They're all there to help you help yourself. You're going to need lawyers. You're going to need surveyors. You're going to need appraisers. You're going to need all these things eventually to do these deals. And you're going to...
Now, I don't want that to sound too overwhelming, and I try to make things very simple. Everything that you're buying has probably already been surveyed 10 times since it was built. And, it's not hard to find the corners of a lot. And attorneys, there's an attorney sitting there down at the title office. The title office I equate to people as being about the same as the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. Think about it like that. When you buy a property, it's like buying a car. Like a lot of people are intimidated by a property. Really not much different. You're buying the property, you got a loan on it. Just like on a car, you buy a car, you got a loan on it, mostly. And most people do. So there's a lien holder. Well, same thing. There's a lien holder on your property, just like there is on your car. And there's a set schedule. You're going to make payments, and eventually it's going to be paid off. So don't be intimidated by the title process. It's really no different than going down to the DMV and getting a car registered in your name. When you say lawyers, it doesn't mean there's a litigation. Just want to be clear with that. It can come, and you will if you do enough deals. Ultimately, you'll probably have. You'll run into something, but don't worry about it. Don't let it discourage you. There's tons of money to be made, and like he said, you do the deals, but you watch what you're doing, and you got to, you're just kind of like the contractor, and these are all your subs. Okay, these are all the subs that you hire, and you use them in a certain order, and everybody makes money. But if you, as the contractor, you make the most, right? You make the most, and that's how it's supposed to be. So let's keep watching.
Interact with all these people, and they're all the pieces that come together to make the puzzle. When you want to find a deal, you sit on that computer. With today's technology, it's 1,000 times easier than it was when I started. Okay? Now you can communicate with people online. You don't have to do it in person like I used to have to do. But you get online and you start looking at what's available for sale. And you start looking at the names that are selling them. When you start seeing the same name, that means that guy's really in the business.
Yep.
Okay? Find your area.
Even also, just so you know, a lot of times people don't. If you get a deal in a neighborhood, look around, drive that neighborhood, and the agent sign that you see up in that neighborhood that's got properties for sale, they're a great resource for flipping your property to somebody. They've already got investors. They've already got people that are looking in that area. So, but like he said, when the more names you see, the more, or the brokerage that you see, in particular, you'll see the ones that are more aggressive, that more specialize in some in ranch land, some in apartments, some in multifamily, commercial, all kinds of stuff. So let's keep watching.
Find your guy and find that deal. If you want to get around people and mingle with the same people like yourself and people that may be interested in helping you help them, April the 8th, Tampa, Florida, Holiday Inn.
Okay, so I guess Ben's promoting. He's got a seminar. It looks like it's online and in person at his hotels. He's a smart guy. He's a mover and a shaker. He's getting his hotels filled, and look at he's definitely a worthy guy to get you informed. So, like it says there, he's got this thing going on the 8th, I think he said. But so nice job, Ben. It's a good message what he's got here. It's real. These are the kinds of specifics that Ben knows and he's lived, and I have too. That we see other guys just blowing smoke up people's rear ends when they're talking about, they've done a deal, they've done all these deals, but they don't quantify their deals with money. They don't say, gee, I made this much money. They say, I've done over 1,000 deals. I've done hundreds of deals. Well, I don't care about how many deals you've done. Did you make 100 bad deals? It's very non-specific. So you want to make good deals. And that's what people like me and Ben can show you how to do, is by example, right? By example. And anyways, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I bought hundreds of properties and made tens of millions of dollars doing so, and I've done it since I was 19. That's about 40 years now for me. I'm actually a little bit older than Ben, I believe. But it's a great lifestyle. I call it hard work, but it's nothing compared to working a job your whole life. It's just, and it's fun. You got to have a passion for it. Like I say, like he's talking about being the movers and the shakers. I mean, you got to love it. You got to love it. And, I know very few individual investors, to be quite honest, that are at my level or that do what I do. But I do know all the people, the players in between, the real estate agents, the title companies, Contractors. I've got so many different subcontractors of every kind, AC, electric, granite countertops, flooring, all that. And that'll be part of your network when you get to that point that you can, that you have stuff going on every single day of every month. There's always somebody working for me every single day on my properties, multiple people. So anyways, good job, Ben. And you can see he's got something coming up here April 8th. If you're interested in my program, I've got a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. That's where you start. And if that gets you excited and passionate about real estate, this costs you $10 on Kindle, $20 in paperback. I urge you just get both, and you can listen to it and you can read it and you can see the forms and stuff. This is basically a course in itself. And I've got people that have made money just using my book. And if you want to step it up a notch, then you can take my mentorship. You can go to FlipAnythingUSA.com, and you can get in and look at the testimonials of the people, just regular folks like me and you that have got their eyes open. They're learning what I learned at 19. They're learning it at 30, 40, 50, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them. So it's a wonderful thing, and I dig it. And so please subscribe again and like the videos. It helps the channel. And thanks for watching.